Well, WA school students have begun a month of end-of-year exams as they prepare for the next phase of their lives. Here at 9 Live Perth, our parenting expert has developed 5 brain hacks to help teens get through the tough slog of study. Let's bring in Claire Orange. Hi there, Claire.
Afternoon, Emmy.
Now, it's a very stressful time for parents as well as students, and I know you're dealing with it right now with one of your own children. What is it about the teen brain that we need to know?
Right, well, teen brains are the same and different to ours, but I think, often as adults we like quiet and calm and peace to study in. But actually our teens tend to like the opposite, lots of music, movement and things that are fun for them to do. And it's got a whole neurology behind it. So we've got one chemical that we make lights up the front of the brain. It's called dopamine. And it does this really important job called executive functioning, which is attention, focus, being able to stay on task, plan and organise. So when that dopamine is whizzing around the system, our kids study better. So we should really get into how their brain works to get them to do it better.
Now, your 5 brain hacks, let's get to them now. What are they?
Right. So music, we talked about it before, but actually when you use music well to study, so we know that all of us have a lot on in our brains. We're taking in a lot. So you and I would have had an experience where a smell would be associated with a certain person. So if we use music as parents to get our teen to study one subject to one song, then if they hum that song, it's fired and wired together in the brain. So it goes backwards, forwards. Study with the music on, one song for one subject, hum the song and then get it back. So the second one, chewing. So chewing is, I know it sounds odd, chewing gum. Schools don't allow it, but certainly during study it's a really suitable way for a child to move that keeps them on task as well. So chewing tells the gut to move, it helps us create dopamine, gets the executive functioning happening. So those are the first 2.
Now, brain hack 3 and 4 focus on students and what they're eating.
Right. So all of our brains really like protein. That's what gets our brains to fire. So while our children are writing exams, there's the little units within proteins called amino acids that help that dopamine to be used by the brain. So start the day with eggs. I know this is going to be joyful to most teenagers. You can go to protein, and starting with some high protein snacks is really great for that brain. And of course the gut. We know now the gut is connected to brain health. Stress for you and for me, for all our kids, well, it's not particularly good for our gut. So add in a really, really good probiotic, and that helps those chemicals to get to where they need in the brain to do that executive functioning job.
Now, finally, Claire, brain hack number 5 is study while you sleep. What does this one mean?
Oh, this is really exciting, and I hope my child's not listening. So you actually have to study while you're awake, but our brains, while we're asleep, our brains are still working. They're repairing and growing our cells. They're clearing psychologically. That's what dreaming's all about. But it's also moving things from our working memory into our long-term memory. So I've woken up tired and had a very poor memory because my brain hasn't done its job. So if language-heavy tasks where essays and requirements around remembering quotes are recorded audio and then played on a repeat overnight, that brain is still working and it's still learning, and it'll be taking it in and then moving it from that working memory into that longer term memory, and gives children much greater access to that information.
Wow, some great advice there. Claire, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thanks, Emmy.